Welcome back to the Rest is F1 podcast. Today we are doing our predictions for the Australian GP, the first race of the year. F1 is officially back. I'm Shaq, your host, and of course I have ABD with me. How excited are you?
Super excited. It's been a long wait, 3 months without a race, and looks like it's going to be a very close battle throughout the season, from what we have seen in testing. So yeah, super excited.
Yep. Let's see with our predictions how we go with that one.
Cool.
Um, of course, we got our normal predictions, how we do it. We do a good drive, good team, bad team, our crazy prediction, and our top three for the race.
Yep.
So, I'll give it to you first. Why don't you start off? First prediction of the year. Who do you have as your good drive for the Australian GP?
Okay, I have gone for Max Verstappen. Surprise! I know many would be thinking, how come Max? McLaren's performing really well. Ferrari looked really strong in testing, but when I looked at the weather for Sunday, it's looks like it's going to be raining,
It's
and
gonna
I
rain, yeah.
know Max is going to be very good in rain. And this is where the performance of the car is sort of not the highest order when it comes to a rainy
Yeah,
race. So
yeah,
I think Max is going to be having a good race.
yeah. The rain is gonna make it more unpredictable, isn't it? We don't need that at the start of the season. We need to learn what the pecking order is, right?
Absolutely. It's going,
Um,
I have a feeling it's going to be a chaotic race. Um,
yeah.
the rain's going to stop and start. There will be red flags. Just my predictions. Yeah.
Well, I've gone for my good drive. I've gone for Oscar Piastri. So I've gone for the home hero. He's in a McLaren, which clearly seems to be the best car right now. He had a really good year last year, second year, and I just have a lot of faith in him. Obviously, I think obviously Norris is the favorite for the year, but I think home race, Piastri's gonna, you know, perform, and I really hope he does as well for the home hero.
Yeah, like, how Lewis, captures all that energy from the UK crowd in Silverstone, how Max does it in the Dutch GP. Oscar has a big fan following in Melbourne. He's a Melbourne boy, so hopefully
Yeah,
he can. I would love to see him, winning the race or being up there on the podium. That'd be nice to see.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the first race of the season, it could be a perfect start for him and hopefully fight for the Drivers' Championship as well.
Let's have a look at bad drive. Who have you got?
Okay, I've gone for one of the rookies. I've gone for Oliver Bearman in Haas. It's just a random prediction. I have a feeling he's going to have some troubles, especially in the rain. Being a rookie, you need that time in the car, and with this unpredicted weather on a race day, it could be hard for some of the rookies. So I've gone for Oliver Bearman. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've gone for his teammate, Esteban Ocon.
Okay.
I think so. I have a feeling right now that obviously we've been through the first day of practice, but Ocon's been having quite a bit of trouble
Mm.
with the car, and he's been last, right, for both practices. Obviously, that doesn't mean a lot, but I just have a feeling the Haas is going to start off in a bad spot, and I think Ocon's going to be on the worst end of that in this race. But this is more of just sort of I guess, a stab in the dark. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is the start of the season, right? We really don't know
Yeah.
uh what's gonna happen. Like you said with Behrman, we're just not sure. So, I mean, I'm curious. I'm curious how fast everyone's gonna be in the dry, and then how fast in the rain as well, because that's gonna be two different types of things, right?
Exactly, exactly. And one thing we can be sure about, and as a fact we know, is Haas is one of those teams which has two new drivers, right? Um,
Yeah,
Ocon and Oliver Bearman driving for Haas for the first time. So I think it's going to be a uphill battle for them to get to where they want to be. I would imagine if it
Yeah,
was Nico or Magnussen racing for Haas, they would, know the car, know the team better. And these two people, like two new drivers, will take some time to adapt to the team. So yeah, I think
yeah.
our prediction for a bad drive sort of aligns with the fact that they're two new team or drivers for the team.
Two new house drivers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. So I'll go with my good drive next. I've gone for McLaren. I've kind of putting all my eggs in one basket here,
The team, yeah.
along with yeah, good team. Yeah. So McLaren. They got Lando, they got Oscar, two strong drivers, and they've not like it seemed in testing, especially every time they had a small issue with the car, they almost instantly fixed it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that maybe the rest of the field maybe has to sort of worry about. Um, and I see Ham's also going for McLaren, but I see what you've gone the opposite way.
Yeah, I've gone for Ferrari for the good team. Last year, I know like they were very close in constructors battle. So I think that will carry on because it's like the last year of these regulations for 2025.
Yeah,
So I think it'll be like very close between McLaren and Ferrari for constructors and also for drivers. So I've gone for Ferrari good team. And one more reason why I've gone for a good team Ferrari is I think out of the six races in Melbourne, like last 6 years, they have won four of
yeah.
them. So Ferrari knows this
Oh,
track.
really? Okay, yeah,
Ferrari knows this track
yeah.
very
Okay,
well. So yeah, I've gone for Ferrari for a good team. And we have the seven-time world champion in the other car in Ferrari now. So
yeah.
hopefully Leclerc and Hamilton can put on a show.
Yeah. Also, one other thing I heard from Lando is he's insisted that the McLaren is not as far ahead of everyone else as what it seems or what people have been saying. So I
Sandbag.
think that is that maybe sandbagging, maybe, they're uh actually not as quick as we think. We don't know. Um, and so that's I think another thing we have to watch out for.
Yeah.
It's like the once the race starts, either the McLarens pull away straight away or they're as quick as the Ferrari, or the Ferrari is even faster, or whoever else it is, right? So,
Yeah,
um,
one more day to wait to get to know who is fastest in one lap
yeah,
in qualifying. I think that'll give us a picture. And on Sunday, it'll be a bit mixed bag with the rain and everything. But yeah, qualifying, I think will put the order of performance for the season.
yeah, yeah. Let's go to the bad team. So I know we're talking about drivers before, but I see a bad team. What's the reasons?
Okay, I've gone for Haas.
Yeah,
Again, I think we talked plenty of about this already, but yeah, two new drivers. So yeah, that's the main reason why I've put them as bad team. It'll take
yeah,
for those two drivers to get used to the team, get used to the car, and with weather in the mix, I think it's going to be a difficult weekend for them.
yeah. So I've gone Aston Martin.
Okay.
So I've seen that they've been having a lot of problems with their car, and Alonso's been saying pretty frequently, he's been saying that, oh, we have a lot of work to do, we have a lot of catching up to do. So I have a feeling they might even be, even seventh or eighth, even worse than maybe last year.
Yeah.
And obviously, Newey's not, established into the team yet.
Oh
He
yeah,
has started, I
I
think,
have
but
something
he's
to
not.
yeah, I have something to add to that. So. Today,
Okay.
there's something that came out that Aston Martin actually said officially that Newey won't be working on the 2025 car. He's fully focused on 2026. So
Okay.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
going
Okay.
to work the 2025 car. So there will be improvements to this year's car. I'm pretty sure. But that'll be the current team working on it. Newey and
Yeah.
the separate project because their full focus is on 2026.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, that is completely understandable. I think if they want a chance to actually win,
Yeah,
a championship, I think they should go and put Newey straight into next year and don't worry about this year. This is the last year of regulations, and everything, things will get close because that's naturally what happens the last year before a change. But yeah, so I've gone Aston. I just like it. So like you've just added no Newey for the works on this car, so I think that's gonna make it even more tough this year. I think they're gonna be
yeah.
looking behind their shoulder for who might be catching up to them. But yeah, Aston Martin, that's my bad team. But let's go to crazy prediction.
Okay.
What have you got?
Okay, this is a bit controversial because I've gone for a good drive, Max Verstappen, but my crazy prediction is a Red Bull to DNF. So it has to be
Okay.
Lawson, I guess. Like
Yeah.
I have a feeling they might be struggling in qualifying. They might not finish in the top four.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling they will try to battle up the field to gain some positions, and we could see a crash or two based on that. So yeah, I've gone for Red Bull
Yeah.
crash.
Lawson's already like from today's practice, Lawson said that he's just too slow and stuff like that. And I saw some jokes as well on Instagram and Twitter and all that, and it's like, oh, close enough. Welcome back, Checo.
Hey, I have a question for you, Tarek.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you know what's the hardest job in F1?
to be Verstappen's teammate.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
yeah, I'm not
I
surprised.
think maybe Red Bull should consider, I guess, if they don't have a car like they did in 2023, Red Bull should consider maybe trying to, I guess, find a way to make the car more neutral. Not because, like, most, teammates he's had, he smashes them. And it has to be partly because the car is a bit more in the way he drives, because he's the one who's always staying at the team, right? Everyone else is left and kicked out and all that stuff. So I think maybe a bit of, I guess, trying to maybe lean it a bit more towards Lawson's style of driving, sorry, would be ideal to make sure they both score maximum points rather than just max. But I don't really know what's going on at Red Bull. Maybe they're not doing that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that'll be really interesting. Maybe in 2026 they would lean towards that direction where, car is drivable for the second driver as well.
Yeah.
Because the money is in the constructors championship, right? So uh,
hmm
with Max only driving so well, they can never win the constructors just by him, which was proved last year. So yeah.
So my crazy prediction, I've actually gone with kind of maybe a little bit against your bad drive. I've gone Behrman actually beat Ocon
Okay.
in the race,
Yep.
which, maybe, after the crash, I was a bit like, okay, this is a gamble of a prediction. But then like you said, there is rain. And I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance that this could happen. I don't know. And I think it's just crazy because it's a rookie in a team that he's trying to actually establish himself into properly. And yeah, I think it could happen. I'm not sure if it will, but I've got my fingers crossed.
I think it'll be a big
But yeah,
statement. I think it'll be a big statement if
yeah,
Lemon can do it because Ocon is like so experienced, right? He used to be a
yeah,
Mercedes reserve driver, drove for multiple teams. He was very close. He had very close battles with Alonso and also like Perez when they were teammates. So
yeah,
if Oliver Bam beats Ocon in the first race, I think it'll be a huge statement. And
yeah,
the team usually gravitate towards the driver who's driving really well. So the team can
yeah, yeah. So if you start poorly, you're gonna have a problem because
exactly, yeah.
yeah. Okay, let's go to the most exciting part of every prediction video. I want to hear, who do you have for your top three?
Okay. From testing. I think what I have learned is like there are three teams, even though McLaren's slightly above the rest of them, but the teams behind them were very close. So I've gone for three drivers from three different teams. So I've gone for Leclerc to win, Norris
Okay.
second, and Russell third. Now,
Okay.
mainly because Ferrari has been really good on this track, and I
Yeah.
don't see Lewis being really close to Leclerc in the first two races, because he's still
Yeah.
learning, you know, the car and the team and all of that. Norris might finish on pole position on Saturday, but Leclerc beating Norris to the first corner, that'll be something to watch out for, I guess.
Yeah, I have predicted that Norris will be on pole.
Oh, wow.
Have you? Did you do that? Did you predict Norris on pole as well?
I think so. I had to go back and check. Sorry.
Yeah, we might have both done that. Yeah, the thing is like Norris on pole, that's never a guarantee of a race win. We all know that. We should always keep that in mind. But my top three, I've got Leclerc is in third, Lando Norris in second, and I have gone Oscar Piastri to win the Australian Grand Prix. I'm putting all my eggs in one basket. I've got him for good drive, good team, McLaren, and I want Piastri to win this race. I'm predicting it. If he does it, I mean, it's going to be amazing. And yeah, I've got Norris second. I think McLaren's going to start strong. They're just going to have that established lead from that first race. And I think maybe after a couple of races, Ferrari or whoever else starts to climb back a bit. But yeah, that's Norris second and Leclerc third.
McLaren domination this year. That's
Yeah,
what you're leaning
yeah,
towards.
yeah. For now, we don't want to see that whole year.
But Oscar winning the race in the Melbourne GP, where he was like, this is the city where he was born, right? So that would be
Yeah,
a huge boost for every fan on the stand supporting him. So that'd be something to
yep,
watch out for. And something I haven't mentioned, I'm going for the race this weekend. So,
yep,
out for some photos and reels on our social pages.
yep. Well, that sums up our Australian GP predictions. We are very excited for this race. And, and yeah, we'll see you guys after the race. Until then, bye bye.
Bye.